Good morning, good evening, friends. Once again, Rahul Sharma from Chicago, Vedic practitioner. Know about me more in the upcoming video link coming on the top right. In this week series of Vedic framework for personal, professional, and business success, I would be taking a book, Karamkand Bhaskar and Bharatiya Sanskriti ke Adharput Tattva, and I will be just covering on one single element of Devta. In Indian Vedic culture, we always worship devtas. We talk about devtas and what devta really means and how you can become a devta. So you can be worshipped along with it. So we're going to talk about this. This is my 16th video in the series. So in Vedic philosophy, devta means the person or the natural sources who share his talent, skills, treasure, and their characteristics for the benefit, growth, and the prosperity of the universe. I'm going to give you some example to make it more clear. But in the Hindu philosophy, we have so many devtas because we recognize every single natural force, even animals, trees, as a devta because they are giving something for our survival and our happiness. Let's talk about that. What are those devtas we have been always talking about? We even worship the trees. Okay, people, those who don't understand the Hindu philosophy or Vedic culture, they sometimes surprised why we will worship a people or Nag Devta or other thing. But just imagine, people tree, somebody really have research, gives us the largest amount of oxygen which we need for survival, and it absorbs our the carbon dioxide what we are giving to Mother Earth, and it converts carbon dioxide into the oxygen. Just because of this, we treat them as a devta because they are always giving selflessly. They don't expect anything that we are going to water them or we are going to put a fertilizer for people tree. It grows, it stays there for generations together. Same thing, the burger tree gives a lot of herbs, a lot of medicinal benefits, and the shelter and other thing. Clouds carry us water for one place to another place. Otherwise, we will all be dying without the water or the rain. So that's why we call them devta in our thing. Agni, we all understand the power of the fire, the Agni, the Surya, the gas cylinder, what you use at home, the heat, what you get by burning the wood, because Agni always give us a lot of lessons to learn. In some of my other videos, I talk about that. That's why Agni is a devta. We always call Guru as a devta because Guru has really used all their time to give us the knowledge, inspiration, guidance about our life without expecting anything in return from us. We have a lot of devtas in terms of Bhagwan Hanuman teaches us how to be faithful and selflessly, working for the benefit of the your immediate society, benefit of your immediate country, and that's why you need to become faithful. Same thing, Lord Ganesha, as I mentioned in my first video of this series, we need to learn about the planning, proper planning, prior preparation prevents performance. It's always give us that kind of thought. The Sadbuddhi, we call them Ganesha. Same thing, the ocean, the Samudra Devta, give us a lot of minerals, a lot of other petroleum products. That's why there. Himalayas also give us a lot of herbs and a lot of benefits. It protect us from our enemies also. Goddess Lakshmi, I talk in a separate video. Just watch that. This is what we call them, Devta. Parents. The biggest thing what we all need to recognize, our parents are the one of the biggest Devta. Selflessly, the way parents keep giving us for the children, compromising their own comfort, compromising their own money, compromising their own travel, the way they really protect us right from childhood, even until our marriages, even post marriages, even when they become grandparents, they continue to serve, they continue to give without expecting anything. So we need to definitely worship them as a devta, and we need to take care of our parents. And all the people like Mahatma Gandhi and all the other big Mahatmas throughout the world. I'm just taking one name as an example to make a point here that why we call them devta. He gives us the freedom, right? Without his another contribution, we could not have get the freedom for India. Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya, my guru, at the age of 13, he has not done anything for himself. Whatever he has done after age of 13 was for us to educate us about the Vedic culture, about all the Vedas, and teach us about the Vedic philosophy. And throughout his life, I have been seeing him since 1989 and reading his literature. That's why we call them the Devta. All the inventors, Thomas Edison, if he would not been there, use his time and energy to invent the electricity, we all will be in the dark age. And same thing for all the inventors. I'm just not can't recall the name. We call Prithvi as a Devta. Without Earth, we would not have the food, the shelter, the food. Everything is coming from the Mother Earth. Now, how you can become the Devta, that's something which we need to learn, and that's the lesson of today. That for our personal success, professional success, how we can do that. The only one thing you have to remember is you need to learn how to share with others without expecting in return. Even if your job is that you are a consultant like me, yes, you can definitely expect money for first 8 hours, but after that you need to help people without expecting anything and guide. How you can do that? You can share your knowledge. Everybody has some sort of knowledge. If somebody is a carpenter, they have knowledge of carpentry. If somebody is a singer, they have knowledge how to sing. They can teach other people and do that. You might have some kind of other craft. You may be a sculpture. You can teach that and give that for temple building, other thing. You have a lot of wealth. Okay, you definitely don't need that wealth throughout for your life. You definitely cannot carry that wealth beyond your this life. So share that wealth for the development of the temple organizations and for the benefit of the unprivileged children and other women empowerment. You need to share your wealth. Time, nobody can say I don't have time. Even if you are the poorest person, if you have time, you can volunteer yourself to do some labor work or cleaning work in temples and other places where they need your time and volunteer. So everybody has a time. We need to definitely invest time and become a devta. Food, if you have surplus food, rather than throwing it out, find somebody who doesn't have the facility to cook or eat, or they don't have that kind of money, help them with the food. That's become your devta. Now devta doesn't mean that you will be a 24/7 devta. You might be selfish certain time period, but even if you are doing give away for 1 hour or 2 hours a day, you are definitely becoming devta at that time, and you're going to reap the rewards of that. We're going to talk about that. Same thing for the clothing. People who doesn't have clothing for winter and they are suffering in cold, provide them blankets and things like that and become a devta for that duration. Love, everybody has love within them. You need to share the love with the children, you need to share love with animals, you need to share love with others who does not have parents, they lost everyone. You need to provide them love. People want to be listened. Okay, your old parents, other people, no one is talking to them. You need to share your love and respect with those people. Solve problem for others. You definitely are good in something. That's why you are having your job today. So with your talent, you can solve problem for others outside your salary period. And of course, you can definitely help reducing pain of others. Whether they have a mental agony, you can listen to them and be a good listener. That itself is a big relief for people. If somebody has going through the physical pain, if you can help them in any ways, taking them to hospital, that's also an act of a devta. And then have a sportsman spirit. Sportsmen are the one who win and lose, but they don't take that in their mind. Something bad might have happened with you in the life, but don't remember that and don't stop doing the good thing because you have something bad happen. So be a good sportsman. Forgive and forget. That's the formula which I so follow. So forget everything in the past, what has happened, what bad has happened, forget about that. Only take the lessons learned from the past and do not do the same mistake again and keep moving on. Okay, that's why you can become the devta. Now people might be questioning how this really relates to my personal, professional and business success. So I can tell you that. First of all, let's understand the definition of true success. The success is defined as how many people are better off because of you, and that is the definition of true success. Now you become devta. Devta is nothing but sharing, right? Sharing what you have. You're going to earn happiness, you're going to get satisfaction, and you're going to deposit a lot of punya for your law of karma, my previous video. If you not watch, you can always watch that again. So you're going to deposit a lot of punya by sharing. And as I talked in the previous video also, by Newton's principle, you're going to get back a reaction of your action. So if you're going to share, somebody else will share their talent and their good thing with you, good virtue with you. So always be recognizing this principle of Newton's. Okay, there's another very good law of sowing and reaping. You will always have to sow first before you can reap. You will always reap more than what you sow. And this is a proven principle. and this will work for you in return many times what you sow as a devta. So whatever you're going to sow, money, the time, you're going to get back many times back on that. So there are two good books which I have read myself, and I really relate to this principle of Devta. The Go Giver by Bob Burke. I read this book twice. And then Sowing and Reaping by Dwight Moody. So you can understand how you can really fix your personal success by following this principle of Devta, be in Devta. And as always, I always want to leave the message for action item. Stop being selfish. Okay, be a go-giver and invest your time, talent, money to uplift others. That's what the action item is. And be a Vedic practitioner. Learn, adopt, and practice the secrets of the success. We have a lot of them. Stay successful and happy and help others, making this world a true heaven. That's what Gurudev's Nara was. 21st century is going to be heaven on the earth. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for weekly updates. And just like I taught in my Navgraha Puja, the best way to please your Navgraha is 9 by 12. 9 planets, 12 Rashi. You reach this message to at least 9 new families and ask them to spread the message to 12 new families. So 9 by 12, 108 is going to give you a lot of punyas and it's going to subsidize the bad impact of the Navgraha. So definitely do that. Stay tuned to watch my next video. With this, thank you everyone.